Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of boxing. In today's bonus segment, I'll be sharing my thoughts on what's truly next for Terence Bud Crawford. So, Terence Crawford is at a crossroads right now in his illustrious, soon-to-be Hall of Fame career. The man has done tremendous things, and when it's all said and done, Terence Crawford is going to be remembered as an all-time great, one of the greatest welterweights in boxing history, and he's going to be cemented into the Hall of Fame. And right now, Terence Crawford is in his late 30s. Really doesn't have much time left in the sport of boxing. He's already 40-0, two-time undisputed champion in two different weight classes. But Terence Crawford has nothing to do right now. And that mind blows me because Terence Crawford, pound for pound, is the best boxer in the sport of boxing today, but does not have a clear path of what's next for him. Right now, Terence Crawford is still currently the unified champion in the welterweight division, became the first ever undisputed champion in the welterweight division, and became the first ever male boxer to become undisputed in two different weight classes. And the reason why he is a unified champion instead of the undisputed welterweight champion is just a few months ago, he was stripped of the IBF world title because Jaron Boots Ennis was the mandatory. He was the interim champion. And Terence Crawford did not say that he was going to go fight Jaron Boots Ennis. So therefore, Jaron Boots Ennis was awarded the IBF world title. So now Crawford still has 3 out of the 4 prestigious titles, the WBC, WBO, and the WBA world titles in that division. But he still has no path of what's going to happen next for Crawford. He doesn't know if he's going to stay put in the welterweight division. He doesn't know if he's going to move up. So who can fight Terence Crawford next? So truly, it looks like, or let me backtrack off this too. It truly looks like the rematch that was supposed to be the contract that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford signed a year ago stated that whoever won that fight, the rematch would have to take place. But it doesn't seem like, no matter if it's going to be at 147, 154, I don't believe we're getting that rematch between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. And maybe that's a good thing for all boxing fans based off of how the first fight went. But it looks like the rematch has been called off because Errol Spence has had he's had some type of eye surgery that's going to sideline him already for 8 weeks. Now this happened weeks ago, but it doesn't seem like Errol Spence is getting back in a boxing ring anytime soon following his eye surgery. So we might see him in the later part of 2024. I'm not sure. But for Terence Crawford's sake, Canelo said he does not want to fight Terence Crawford due to the fact that Terence Crawford is too small. And he will not get the credit for being Terence Crawford. These are the words of Canelo based off of his latest interview he had with a Mexican TV company. So it seems like Canelo Alvarez will not be fighting Terence Crawford on the Cinco de Mayo weekend. We still don't know what's next for Canelo Alvarez as well. But he just said he's not going to fight Terence Crawford because he feels like Terence Crawford is going to be too small, moving up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. He feels like he's not going to gain anything if he beats Terence Crawford because critics out there will say he's too small. But that's Canelo Alvarez's thinking. I think the boxing community might take that a different way. If you beat a caliber fighter, Terence Crawford, who is pound for pound, in my opinion, the best fighter in the sport of boxing today. But for Terence Crawford, there's only really one true big fight to be made right now. And that's him fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, he could fight Jaron Boots Ennis, who is supposed to be the next best thing in the welterweight division. He is a phenomenal boxer, has all the tools, all the repertoire in his arsenal, and has the knockout power to be a star in the sport of boxing. So Terence Crawford wants another big-time fight. The fight presents itself, and he should go after Jaron Boots Ennis if he's not going to get that Canelo fight. And he has a chance to become an undisputed champion for a 3rd time if he takes that IBF title for Jaron Boots Ennis, a title that Terence Crawford was stripped of, and it was awarded to Jaron Boots Ennis. Or Terence Crawford can prove he is capable of fighting Canelo Alvarez and is capable of fighting at 168, moving up all the way up to 168 pounds next to fight somebody like Jaime Mugina, somebody that wants to put their hands on Canelo Alvarez in a boxing ring as well. If you can hang with Jaime Mugina, moving up from 147 all the way up to 168, decimating and dominating him and putting on a good performance, that might punch your ticket and your sweepstakes to fight Canelo Alvarez next and prove that you're not too small, too little for the super middleweight division. So it's not a lot of options for Terence Crawford out there next. And it's so sad because the man, people should be lining up to fight Terence Crawford, no matter the weight class. But Terence Crawford right now is sitting still. And inactivity, I don't care who you are, inactivity is bad for any boxer in the sport of boxing. People might say, oh, you need a tune-up. Tune-ups are great because it shows where you're at. It can show where you're at, where your cardiovascular endurance is at, getting reps round in, round out. It's never good to be inactive for boxing. So Terence Crawford needs to think about his next move quick and cannot depend on Canelo Alvarez. Cannot sit around waiting for Canelo Alvarez because we don't know what Canelo Alvarez is going to do on Cinco de Mayo weekend. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.